Okay, so the funniest shit is, I already made like a video. I went like all out with like making it like, just, I'm not gonna get into the details, but basically, YouTube is like not, like someone's trying to hack into my shit and trying to fuck with my devices and all this BS, because they really don't want me to say what I gotta say or put my message out there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? In other words, Spirit, like, I mean, today, actually, this last night when this all originally happened, but I don't care. I'm just gonna make a new one and whatever. I mean, who gives a fuck, right? I mean, I'm not gonna let them interfere with my shit, so you know. Anyways, they said, you know what? You're already crowned in the spiritual realm. You're very well respected in the spiritual realm. And you know what? Like, I'm not kidding, man. Like, it was a lot for me to take in, because I honestly, you know, I, I forgot who I was. That's the truth. And then, guess what? This, like I was saying, she remembered who she was, and the whole game fucking changed. And so, guess what? It's already been bought and paid for. They're like, you know what? Wear it. You deserve it. Because you know what? The love that you give, you've been so forgiving, and you've been so nice, and so kind, and you've been so fucking solid. Why would you not treat yourself the same way? In other words, you need to start loving yourself and giving yourself the same compassion that you give others, because you deserve it just as much, if not more. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you made a lot of sacrifices. You bled a lot of blood. You lost a lot. You lost everything you loved. And I'm sorry. Because you know what? It wasn't just. It wasn't righteous. It wasn't acceptable behavior. It wasn't appropriate. There was no reasonable, rational explanation as to even why you would do such a thing to such a being who is so loving and so fucking, you know, respected and valuable. Like, from right here, I'm a pretty valuable asset. In other words, like, I'm a very important part of this, like, in regards to infinity, I'm a very important part of infinity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've just been, I guess, in hiding, and they've been protecting me, but I'm not, I'm not gonna hide anymore, and I'm not gonna be silenced anymore, because I've been silenced for a long time, and I've been mute, and I've kept quiet, and I've kept my shit in check and control, and I haven't said a motherfucking word to y'all motherfuckers. In other words, but now, it's like, I called your bluff from a mile away, because I could sense your vibration. I could tell, I'm not no fucking, I don't know who you think I am, but like, yo, I'm not who you think I am, clearly. That's why you don't judge a book by its cover. Or you don't judge, period. Right? Because when you judge, or you assume, you know what happens, right? You make an ass out of you and me. And I mean, I don't like that. That's why I don't like it. I'm not gonna accept anything that, it's not a, like, if you project shit at me, and it's not of authentic nature or alignment with me or my divine mission here or who I am or anything to do with that, or it's not in regards to my frequency, if it's not in alignment with that either, guess what, yo? It's just gonna go like a boomerang effect, and it's gonna go right back to where it came. Because when you're fucking with a diamond, okay, I'll tell you a story. One of my good friends, I'm not gonna say the name, but she's a good friend of mine. We've known each other since we were kids. We grew up together. I can consider her a sister. She said to me one day, she said, yo, throw your change on the ground. I said, why? She just do it. Okay. She said, what's the closest thing to you? I said, a dime. And she said, it's because you're a fucking dime. Okay? And you know what? It tripped me out. The other day, I found a dime. I literally found a dime that had my motherfucking initials on it. And it was like, it looked like a genie, like, you know, the genie in a bottle, but it had a maple leaf as the bottle with like the arm of like it was trippy, bro, and it had my fucking initials on it. I'm like, I still have it. I'm not kidding. That's fucking trippy, bro. Right? And not to mention, like, all the signs and synchronicities, like, where is it? Right here. No, so, hold on. Wait, pause. I was gonna say, not to mention about the maple leaf. Like, I mean, I went, can't look at, I went for, by the seawall, like, in Vancouver, right? And, where I was sitting, there was, like, ironically, two maple leaves with, like, a rock on it, and then I, like, was sitting there, and I just happened to find, like, this tiny little one. I thought it was so cute, like, I had to keep it, right? Like, and then last night, I think it was last night or the night before, the night before, I was out walking with my girlfriend, and, we both happened to find, like, these two, like, feathers, like, right beside each other, like, you know what I mean, like, right, like, within, like, the same, like, they're, like, right, like, by, like, I'm like, cool, man, one for me, one for you, right, like, you know, like, I mean, that's not a coincidence, right? I mean, can't be. I mean, I pay attention, I'm very, ooh, my hair is all messed up here. Don't mind me. I mean, apparently I'm supposed to be, I mean, I didn't even have a clue to tell you the truth. I mean, apparently everybody knew but me, but guess what? I know now. So, the whole motherfucking game is changing. And the whole constructs, there's going to be a lot of collapsing timelines and a lot of towers crashing. In other words, I can't help you if you dug your own grave. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody, you know what I mean? I got lots of love in me. And the more love that you can endure or carry, the more love you have in your heart, the more love that you can carry, the more pain you can endure. And the more pain you have endured, the more suffering you've been through, the more that you've struggled, the more hell that you have lived through and survived, that means the more love you have in your heart, the more light you carry within your vessel and soul. At the end of the day, you already know, your soul contains your body, and we're just literally like, we are infinity in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are eternal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't die. Like, you know what I mean? And when I die, I mean, I'll embrace my. I told you, I'll embrace her like a long lost friend, because I can finally go home. You know what I'm saying? And I know right now my family, they're sitting in the theater with popcorn and they're watching. You know what I mean? That's what they do. We're just TV to them, and it's true, man. It ain't no joke. Kanye didn't lie when he said we're a bunch of unpaid actors, man, and some script we didn't write. But the thing about this is that I'm a writer. I'm also an artist. Pretty good one, too. I'm also very artistic. I'm very... With alchemy, I got that shit pretty, same with numerology, astrology. I had a lot of good teachers and gurus. Thank God for that, man. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm not perfect. No, I'm not. But knowledge is power, they say. It's a powerful weapon, but you know what's even more powerful? Your imagination. Not just that, but if you have imagination, you have authenticity, and you have love and light, you're unstoppable. There's not a thing that's gonna stop you. You know what I'm saying? If you have all those things and you ignite them divinely, and you do it flawlessly, and you do it right, righteously, and just, in a way that, there's no way you can debate or even mistake it for anything but what it is, right? Like, you can't rob me of my wings. You know why? They'll just grow back. So, I don't know what you were thinking. You're trying, chop off my wings and say, oh, you can't fly, you're stuck. I'm not no motherfucking captive, motherfucker. I'm the motherfucking captain on this ship. You understand? I call the shots. In other words, I'm not gonna spiral out of control anymore. Or ever again, for that matter. In other words, I guess we're gonna be spiraling in control. or whatever you want to call it. Actually, I'm gonna spiral back in control, yeah. Because you know what? I am a whole, and I call back all vessels in my soul. You guys had no power. Y'all just, I told y'all, you look, it looks really good, yo. But you know what? I'm happy. You know why today? I get to go home. At least I get to get away, go on a little bit of vacation. I'm sure you're going to see some more videos posted when I get there, because Mom was telling me about the Aurora Lights, I guess where she is, she actually gets to see that, so I'm going to go visit her today. Kind of excited, actually, to tell you the truth. And, being out in the city, you don't really see that kind of stuff here. Nor the stars, you don't really see that, not in Vancouver anyways. So, I'm going to get out of here for the weekend, and I think it's gonna probably do me good. In other words, it's time to, elevate, go to the next level, because I've been around all these low vibrational beings for too long. And the thing is, if you're, think about it like this: if you're in the dark and you're wondering why the fuck is everything so dark, it's because you're the light. In other words, that's what I was wondering. It's because I was always meant to stand out. That's actually, hold on. I got a message. I gotta pause it. That was channeled to me by somebody important. I'm not gonna say names about who, but I'm gonna read something to you. If you ever in your life feel maybe like you need to pick me up, or you need something to pick you up, guess what? This is what I'm gonna tell you. This is what was channeled to me, and I'm gonna be nice. Just think about me as your higher self, and think that this is your higher self telling you what's up. Okay? This is what they want you to know. Okay? This is what the gods want you to know. And I'm not going to tell you who, because I'm not a name dropper. And I protect them like they would me. So with that said, I'm not going to speak any names, but I will tell you the message that was delivered to me. And this is a channel message from a very important and very well-respected god and goddess, okay? So, I guess this is your lucky day to be able to hear it, because this doesn't happen often. Basically, the message is, for all who need to know, even now, whether you see this or you don't see this within yourself, you are very much an inspiration to others around you. You shine like the sun. It's kind of hard not to notice you when your aura is that bright. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, you were correct. You were always right. Your intuition was never wrong. You always should have just listened. Never doubt yourself. Because you know what? You were always right. Like your gut instinct, that intuition of yours is sharp as fuck. And it's like you are the thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need no double-edged sword, because you are literally the thing. You understand what I'm saying? You are the thing. For real. Okay? So, that's it too. You definitely got an ancient soul in you. And there's no doubt about it that you've touched many different lands that are maybe lost in time to some, but you still carry those parts of those lands. That's why you're otherworldly, and that's why you are what you are, and that's what makes you so beautiful and so different and so unique and so rare and so sought after. But because of the way you carry yourself, no matter what situation, you could do anything and you would still make it look good. You know what I'm saying? Even at your worst, you still would kill it, look it, and flawlessly. I know maybe in your eyes you don't understand, but in the divine, and the gods, and all the gods, and all the deities, they see you a lot different. You know what I'm saying? So, with this said too, it's very important that you remember, try not to forget that you're sacred, and you are also very important, very loved, and to not listen, like be very careful about where you get your information. Don't buy into things that are not real. In other words, there's a lot of propaganda out there and a lot of people that want you to believe their bullshit, but you know what? Don't listen to them. If anything, listen to that instinct that you got inside of you, because your ancestors are always with you in spirit. And the people you love, that you lost, they're always with you in spirit. And not a day goes by that they don't check and make sure you're okay. They care, they love you, and they want you to be happy. Okay? So, don't be sad. Don't beat yourself up. Release all guilt. Invoke your spirit family. Invoke your guides. Invoke your angels. Invoke your ancestors. Invoke those you love that you've lost. And say, I need your assistance and help. Because, like archangels too, you have to ask them for their help. And I know it's hard to ask for help, trust me. That was one of my biggest things. I had a hard time asking for help, but with them, they're not really allowed to interfere with our affairs when you're human, right? Unless you actually say, hey, straight up, Michael, can you come help me cut this cord? Because I need your help. Do you mind, do you mind if you just use your sword and just really cut this tie here? Because it's kind of, I don't like being knotted up. Or the quantum entanglement shit. I mean, in other words, I think I've been tied up enough. And, I think it's time my free spirit, that's always been free, even when I was tied up, I was still free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told him, I'll be on my cloud nine waiting until the right time. But, time is now. In other words, the only time that we have is right now. That is it. Time was just a construct. Sometimes we forget. Right? So you need to cherish every moment like it's your last, every day. Every breath, every step you make, every choice you take, it all is a whole determines what's gonna happen next. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. If you all it takes is one wrong move, one false move, and then you're done. Doesn't take much. There's a three strike rule where I come from, but yo, you guys already fucked up once and then twice. There's only one left. You understand? There's only one left. That's it. Nothing else, just one. Only one. So you gotta be very careful. I would suggest with all you choose to do, say, because after that, I mean, if you go that, then guess what? There's nothing left, and there won't be anything. And I would hate to see that happen to y'all. That would be tragic. That's why y'all, some of you, definitely should not play with magic, right? Especially when you don't know what you're doing, or what you're playing with, or what you're summoning, or conjuring. Because when you're making deals with these demons and things like that, you don't realize that we are all made from the light and the dark. In other words, I have an angel on one side and a demon on the other. And I work with both. And I love them both. And they love me. That's what I'm saying. I'm a goddess, just as much as you are a god and a goddess. Right? If God was to hide anywhere, where do you think it would be? It would be inside of the living man. If a goddess was to hide anywhere, where would it be? Inside of a fucking living human. Is that not obvious? With that said, okay, sorry, let's see what else. I'm just speaking, channeling what I'm hearing right now and what I feel and sense, but there was a very important message, but it was for someone very important, but I feel like you all deserve to hear something to lift your day, because you know what, you guys are sacred, and I think that you guys forgotten how sacred you really are, because you're not just a bunch of idiots. I mean, you guys, some of y'all are just, I don't know how it got so bad, but those ones you don't need to worry about, because I'm telling you, the day has come where all the righteous and just, all the ones that deserve it and have been busting their asses for a long time, putting in work and not getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Putting in their work and not getting paid, grinding all motherfucking day, putting in this fucking work like a motherfucking slave, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, you guys are the ones, guess what? You're free to go. Everyone, you're all free to go. But anyone else who's been trying to cheat, anyone else who's been trying to do this shit dirty, guess what? You've been caught red-handed. And guess what? We're not kidding. You've been caught red-handed, busted. The divine sees all. That's the thing. The all-seeing eye is the all-knowing one cosmic intelligence that created us all. Knows all, sees all, knows about every single thing that you do. The whole story about Santa Claus, what do you think that's about? He's checking his list. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Because he knows. Right? But then there's some of us that are integrated perfectly. In other words, we have our light and our dark integrated perfectly. In other words, we put in a lot of work to do that too. It's not something that comes easy. Right? You have to learn a lot of lessons, and that's the only way that you receive these blessings or these gifts or these things that you can't just take it. You can't swap destinies or something. You can't do this switcheroo thing. That's not real. That's not even possible. Okay? Because that's their life, right? I'm you know what I'm saying? If anything, if you want to put it in the real, the real actual, if you want to look at the bigger picture. Okay, we're talking about solar systems. Yes, it is a solar system, right? And I'm sure you've heard this from other people before. It's our solar system, but in this solar system, there's planets. In other words, we are the planets. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how big some of us are. So it doesn't matter about the micro and the macro. If that's what do you understand what I'm saying to you? Some people, the ones that actually are meant to see this, will see this. Others that this video is only gonna find the people that actually understand what I'm saying or are on the frequency that I am. I have a feeling there's a reason I have very few people, you know what I mean? Like, that, yeah, I'm not looking for fame here. I'm just trying to get the message out so it's clear. I'm not looking for none of that. I don't want power or fame. You can keep all your power and fame. I'm just fighting for the peace of my ancestors and all the ones that came before me. And for Gaia. Because she deserves to be treated better. You guys have been polluting our air. You guys have been, doing all this crazy shit. Why do you think there's all these earthquakes and all these solar flashes and storms going on right now? It's because you didn't just piss off the wrong one. You pissed off the whole collective. And we're pretty powerful, actually. It's not a joke. But I know that when the fire burns, because you all have not been tampered by the flames that we have. The flames that basically created us. And you think that you can actually have a chance or a shot at coming against us. Look it. The light is coming back for every last thing the darkness tried to steal from us. And we're making this back. It's the way it always was meant to be. You understand? It was never... this is it. Like, there's no more ifs, ands, buts, or excuses. It's over. Like, as of today. I'm not kidding, man. So, if y'all fucked up, y'all better pray. And if you don't, then you're just gonna get sucked up into a black hole and be like you never existed. I'm the messenger. Remember, don't hate me. I'm just delivering the message I was told to. So, if you got a problem with it, that's probably because there's something to do with you. So after all, at the end of the day, if we're all mirrors of each other, so they say, merely mirrors, right? Well, don't you think that... Well, I mean, I know I'm not no mirror. Not your average mirror. That's why you can't mirror me. I like to think of myself as more like, if I'm a dime, like my girlfriend said, I'm not your average kind. I'm like a diamond. In other words, whatever you throw at me is going to reflect right back at you in every direction. You know what I'm saying? But what would a diamond be without silver or gold? You know what I'm saying? I actually wrote a poem about this a long time ago. How silver and gold, the way it makes its molds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what time is it now? Tenfold. I can't remember exactly how the whole one went, but I did write one recently, and it was like, what time is it now? Tenfold? How's your heart? Is it cold? How's your soul? Old? Because, you know what? I'm coming back for what was always mine. Because I'm tired of watching motherfuckers get away with lies and deceit and tricks when you know it's my turn to eat. And when I say it, like, this is gonna be a real treat. In other words, it's gonna be the best dessert that I ever really had. To see y'all asses lying in defeat for everything that you always did, all these crimes you've committed against someone who's always divinely guided and protected and also innocent, not to mention. I don't do your dirty shit or your dirty work. I may have gotten my hands dirty before, but at least I can admit it. And if I did it for the right reasons, because I was fighting for the right side. Understand what I'm saying? If I ever got my hands dirty, it was because I was doing it for the right reasons. But trust me, my hands are not dirty. My hands are pretty clean, actually. Right? Like, I mean, do they look dirty? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. See, those are my dragons. If you count them, there's actually 7 of them. 7 of them, that's a very, very interesting number, isn't it? 7 days in a week, right? 7 deadly sins, 7 deadly pathways all the way to hell that you can never, ever escape. you'll just keep ending up back where you began. And that's why I told y'all. It's like Johnny Cash. He says, I'm tired of seeing my, crown of thorns upon my liar's chair. Well, guess what? I'm gonna make you hurt because I know what it's like to rise from the dirt. I also know what it's like to rise from the ashes. In any way possible that you could think of, I have died. I have died. My heart and my soul and my mind has been trained in literally every single way possible. And yeah, sure, I have burned in the fire and cremated my motherfucking brains. And I'm still here. I'll never forget the first time I saw my mama say, actually, my dad's birthday is Christmas Eve. And he passed away, unfortunately, from cancer, but I still see him. And I know he's watching me right now. Probably smiling, eating his popcorn in the movie theater with everyone else. But that's okay. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest, yo. The truth is out. It's time that we put this shit to rest. Because I've heard enough shit that was like, I don't roll with no pests, no bugs, no wannabe thugs. Where I come from, it's like originality, like live, real motherfuckers that don't play games, for fun. Because they already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? They don't gotta teach you or tell you or explain what to do. They already it's just something that's all known, because it's like the fact that I would even have to explain any of this or explain myself is absurd. It's like Family Guy, bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word, right? Well, what do you know about the bird? What kind of bird is it? I know I pulled the hummingbird. That's the first bird that came out when I pulled my animal spirit guide deck. Was the hummingbird. Then ironically, there was also a hawk and a swan. And ironically too with that, there was also a cobra. So 3 birds and a snake. But not your average snake. Cobra is kind of a special kind of snake, I think, don't you think? I'm just saying, right? In other words, whatever you think you have, for the opposing motherfuckers that want to try and dim our light, you have no chance, honey. I'm sorry, but somebody along the line really fucked up. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. So, with that said, I'm happy that I can stand on my little rainbow mat here, see? And I can fly somewhere else. Just like Aladdin, right? I'm just gonna fly away and see you later. Hasta la vista, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, no comprende, man. We will not tolerate. In other words, you gotta fight for your right to party. You understand what I'm saying? Because, around me, I've seen the circus show, and I want no part of it, yo. Right? And I'm pretty sure the show's almost over. I've been checking the clock. What time is it right now? Okay. 8:56. 8:56, that's 11 plus 8, that's 19. Interesting. That's 19. If you had one more, that would be 2. What that's about, eh? Maybe it's because the only other one is right in front of you. Without me, there will be no completion. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm the messenger. Remember when I'm saying this to you. When I say regards to the Most High and all that is divine, and all that is holy, immerse the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, Mother Mary, Jesus Christ, and Anna, all that is holy and sacred. I don't mind them. I say, you guys can walk in my vessel any time of day and say whatever it is that you gotta say. If it's necessary, go ahead. I give you guys, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, right? Besides, you sacrificed yourself with their sins, so I would too. If there's gonna be a sacrifice done, I'll tell you one thing. I'll be doing it willingly. You know what I'm saying to you? So if you're gonna put me on the stake, that's okay. I'll just come back again, because real legends never die. And real eyes always realize the real lies. And they can also see the real eyes. Right? Do I have to say anything more, really? Because I could do this all day. Because by now it's just gotten silly. In other words, my om nam dam dam hasta nan sanskrit nama